All right, everybody. So we're live for our solstice class. Okay. So, some things you may want for your experience, right? So, one, just welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And two, this is going to be a 1 hour class. We'll have a 30-minute gentle flow class, and then you'll have a 30-minute yoga nidra experience. And if you are new to yoga nidra, one of the things to know about it is it's a full body meditation. And it's often referred to as the yogi's sleep. And a 1 hour experience of yoga nidra is like 4 hours of sleep. So it's super decompressing for the nervous system. So some of the things that you may want for the flow class, the gentle flow class, very slow, very simple, just getting everything stretched out and relaxed for yoga nidra, is you may want a blanket for underneath the knees. Other than that, no other props are really needed. As far as the yoga nidra, because we are lying flat traditionally in that experience, you may want a blanket for the back of your head, and then you may also want to have something, pillows or bolster for yogis that are watching. If you have props at home, you may want something to go underneath the backs of the legs because we're in a reclined position the whole time. And I'll be reading a script for Yoga Nidra, but we'll get started with the first part of the class, which will be 30 minutes of flow. So, what I really want for you to experience in this is your breath. What I really want you to experience during the 30 minutes of the flow portion is that it's really about you staying with your breath, right? The intention of this experience for you is to remember that the solstice is a time of turning inward. And we've come out of the summertime where everything's very fiery and very active and very energized. And sometimes as we go into the fall, there's even more energy, more energy. And then when it comes time for winter, this is our time to slow things down and to step in, to go within. You could think of it as this is your time or opportunity to hibernate, right? So today I'm going to offer inside of the flow experience, just look around your environment and make sure that you have as many things as possible out of the way so that for a lot of the experience, you maybe can have your eyes closed and really focus on your breath this way, internalizing your own unique flow experience, right? And then during Yoga Nidra, of course, eyes closed, or you could even have a little eye pillow for that practice. So Yoga Nidra supplies or yogic sleep meditation supplies, you'll just put those to the side. And for the flow class, the only thing I can imagine that you may need or desire would be a blanket to go underneath the hips. So I'll turn to the side and you would place that blanket right underneath the sit bones. And then that's going to help you sit up a little bit taller. And this will allow you to just have a little more comfort in the low back if sitting like this is uncomfortable for you. Remember, you can also sit with the legs out, soles of the feet together, knees out, or one of my personal favorite seats is seated on the shins if the ankles allow this. So take a moment to find which one of those seats will work for you. And then I'll have you close your eyes and just orient your awareness to the breath. And with those eyes closed, breath awareness, you simply focus on breathing in, breathing out. Palms can be open on top of the thighs or the knees. And here, just breathing in, just breathing out. No other concern of anything else. If possible, you'll leave your eyes closed, taking your hands out so that the elbows just rest gently by the ribs. Palms are open toward the sky. In one hand, you imagine the past, and in the other hand, you imagine the future. You'll take a deep inhalation in, and as you exhale through the nose, if possible, slowly start to bring the palms together, releasing the past, releasing the future, and just coming here into this present moment. Allowing the thumbs to just gently rest in the heart space. A little dip of chin to chest here. Setting that intention to allow this practice to cultivate an inward gaze. As you inhale, opening your eyes, reaching your arms up toward the sky. You'll exhale, bring that left arm down and just get a nice side stretch here. Be mindful of dropping the head. So think about keeping the ear in line with the shoulder. You can even look through that space of the armpit, gently feeling how the chin draws toward that armpit space. This also helps protect the neck. You'll be here one more breath. So really pressing the ribs out. Head comes to center. You'll inhale, reach both arms back up. And exhale, let's go into the other side. So same thing. And then which way do you want to turn the head? Again, can you press the ribs out? Keep the hips grounded. Fluid breath. Just still your natural breath here. You'll inhale, come all the way back up to center. Reach long one more time. As you exhale, palms come back down through the center line. From here, we'll make our way into a hand and knee position. This is where I was thinking you might want that blanket underneath the knees. So you've got your knees underneath your hips, your hands as far apart as the sticky mat. Wrist creases are parallel to the top of the mat. Any wrist issues, just take the hands slightly forward. From here, let the belly drop toward the floor, tilt the tailbone up and draw the shoulders back. And as you exhale, tuck and round here. So you're just using your natural breath and you'll notice how it starts to get even. And then the exhalation may even start to extend itself. This naturally happens in this movement due to the abdominal contraction. So we'll be here 5 more cycles, inhaling and exhaling. If you have yoga experience and you're watching this, on the exhalation, you'll start to begin Ujjayi breath, right? We know this is warrior breath or ocean breathing. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. No matter where you are, one more full cycle here. Breathing in as you arch toward the floor, breathing out as you arch toward the sky. And then allowing yourself to come into a neutral spine. Pick up the left hand, rotate the wrist a few times, both directions. And then just gently press the back of the hand into the floor. Take 2 full breaths here. Again, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Shaking it out. And we'll do the same thing other side. So you just flip that right hand, press the back of the hand into the earth. Palms facing up toward the sky. One more breath. And then slowly shake it out. Take your hands slightly forward as you let your hips move toward your heels. Come into child's pose. Forehead may touch the floor. It may not. That's absolutely fine. You can always bend the elbows and support the forehead this way. Or stack the forearms. Keep sending the breath into this back plane of the body. You really want to feel your breath expanding the lungs up toward the sky. You'll be here 3 more breaths. You'll inhale, slowly make your way back up to that table position. As you exhale, you'll walk your hands slightly forward and lower all the way down to the belly. From here, take your hands as far apart as the sticky mat. We're going into a Cobra Pose, tops of the feet press into the floor. And then send the tailbone toward the heel. So you'll press the thighs into the mat. And as you inhale, curl up for a Cobra Pose. Shoulder blades are drawing down the back of the body and the elbows gently squeeze in by the side. There's not a ton of effort here. You really want the back to be working. Be mindful of the chin jutting forward. So draw the chin slightly toward the chest and gaze past the front edge of your sticky mat. One more breath. As you exhale, melt all the way down. Lightly draw the navel toward the spine. Press back up to your table pose. From here, with this position, reach that left arm forward and press that right heel back. So now you're in a nice balanced table position. If this is challenging, you can always just do the leg or you can just do the arm. Exhalation will bring it right back down to the mat. And we'll repeat that for the other side. So first press the leg back, then reach the arm forward. Thinking about being mindful of this heel lifting up. You really want to press through the ball of the foot like you're pressing the gas pedal of a car, and then send the back plane of the body up as you reach through that right arm. One more breath. As you exhale, slowly bring it down. So curl the toes, send the hips up as you press the heart toward the toes. You can bend the knees as much as you need here for downward facing dog. Shoulders are drawing away from the ears. And press the heels down as you lift the hips high. You'll be here 5 more breaths. Be really mindful of no collapsing in the ribs, right? We want to be really mindful of the ribs drawing in toward one another when we're in this position. As you exhale, put a soft bend in the knees. Walk the feet and hands toward one another, somewhere in the middle of your mat. So now you're in this really nice forward fold. Again, as much of a bend in the knees, just be mindful of the hips dragging back. So have a little bit more weight in the ball of the foot, but be mindful also of gripping the toes. This is one of those just right situations, right? So crown of the head drops down. Focus on that back short edge of the sticky mat. Option here to interlace the fingers and allow the hands to drop over the back of the head so that we get into the shoulders a little bit. You'll be here 5 more breaths. Two more, no matter where you are. As you exhale, slowly bring the hands back down to the small of the back, and then let the hands come back down to the earth here. Slide them up the shin so that you can come up halfway to this position where you've still got your hips over your ankles, your hands are solidly resting on your shins, and your navel is slightly drawn in. You're feeling that your core is active here. From this position, bend the knees and drop the booty down so that the booty and the chest are in alignment with one another. You'll reach the arms forward. You can also modify just by bringing the forearms to the knees, right? Tops of the thigh here. You really want to just feel a nice sense of effort happening here in the hamstring and the glutes, as well as maybe some work in the shoulders if you took this option to bring the arms forward. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Fingertips come down back into your forward fold position. As you inhale, walk the hands forward and the feet back. Come into a plank position. Top of a push-up, right? Heels send back, heart sends forward. You're only here for 3 more breaths. Last one. You're doing great. Come right down to the knees. And then come back, have a seat on the feet for a moment. And just check in here. We're going to do a little twist. So remember, if being seated on the feet is uncomfortable, you can just take a cross-legged seated position as well. You'll inhale, reach both arms up. And as you exhale, twist to that left side. Bring the left hand down and the right hand will come to the outside of the left leg. You're lifting the heart, dropping the tailbone as you draw the left shoulder back, and use the hand to give yourself just a little bit more depth in the twist. You'll inhale, reach both arms up. As you exhale, we'll reverse that other side. So be mindful of drawing that shoulder back, using the hand. Then we'll inhale right back up through center. And exhale, this time reach the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Send the heart forward and the chin to the sky. You'll exhale, realign the head, the base of the spine, unbind, and as you inhale, reach the arms forward. As you exhale, rotate the wrists a couple times, both directions. Perfect. Meet me back in that table pose. From here, inhale, arch toward the floor. As you exhale, tuck and round. 4 more cycles like this. Inhaling, arching toward the floor. Exhaling, tucking and rounding. Find that neutral spine. Curl the toes. One more time, downward facing dog. So you'll send the hips up. As the heels press down, you keep pressing in through the hands. 4 more breaths here. Be really mindful of lifting the hips up. This is the biggest pose in the sequence this evening. So we want to get as much length as we can through the spine, as much opening as we can through the back of the legs, and all the while as much core awareness as we can have. Last breath. From this position, make your way into that plank pose, just using this as a transition. Come to the knees. One more time, Cobra Pose. So lower all the way down to the belly. Flip the feet. Press the thighs into the floor. And as you inhale, curl your heart up. As you exhale, melt it right back down. From here, we press back up to our table pose and back to child's pose. Forehead again comes to the floor. And in this child's pose, actively press your hands into the floor so that you can feel more opening happening in the space that we yogis often refer to as the armpit chest, right? So it's that space underneath the armpit that goes right into those pec muscles. You can get a lot of space in there. It makes it a lot easier to breathe when those muscles are actually relaxed. 2 more breaths. As you inhale, slowly make your way up. Transition onto your seat. And we'll meet with the legs extended out in front of us. So again, this is where you may want to have that blanket underneath the hips if you need a little extra support for the low back here. As you've got the legs out in front of you, take your right foot and bend that knee so that that foot touches your inner left thigh. And it can touch the knee, the calf muscle if this is easier for your hip. Do whatever feels best for knee and hip here. Fingertips are, one hand is inside the knee, one hand is outside. Lift the heart, and as you exhale, just walk your body so that you lengthen over that extended leg. Head bows. Hands can walk forward. You can hold on to the ankle. You can hold on to the foot, or just keep the hands on the floor. We're getting into that outer hip, inner groin here, as well as the opposite hamstring. So allow yourself to really just fold over that leg and just relax. Focus on the breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. We'll be here 5 more breaths. A lot of times new students find forward folds a challenge, and a big part of that is because a forward fold is another opportunity to go inward. So be aware here of how this feels for you. Lightly draw the navel back. Lift the head. Use your hands to help you come all the way back up. Then simply release the right leg forward and we'll do the same pose other side. So now you'll bend the left knee, bring that foot into the inner thigh. Fingertips are on either side of the leg. And again, nice tall spine first, then you're hinging from the hips as you fold over the extended leg. Then you simply bow the head. Make this about the breath. Make this about being in this inward place, right? This inward space. This is a very gentle, supportive pose. You've got your hands there. Remember, you can hold on to the ankle. You may hold on to the foot, but there's no pulling or bouncing. This is about softness. We're going within. You'll be here 5 more breaths. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. You lightly draw the navel toward the spine, slowly come all the way back up. Lengthen that left leg out and just give the big toes a little tap. So you're just shaking the legs a little bit here. Just checking in. And I'm always a fan of massaging around the kneecap. You can even massage up and down the whole leg. And for those of you that can reach down and grab the feet, give them a little bit of a squish and squeeze as well. Always a foot massage is a nice little gift for yourself, right? And then come all the way back up. So if you had a blanket, this is where you'll want to remove that. We're going to make our way down onto our back. I'm going to up the volume a little bit so that I know for sure that you can hear me. Perfect. So come all the way down onto your back. Your hands will be on either side of your hips, and then you'll walk your feet in until you can almost touch the back of the heels. We're going to go into bridge pose. It's really important, if you've never done bridge pose, to keep the nose so that it's pointed up to the sky. So if you've never done this, you can look first and then just catch up with us, right? So nose points to the sky, hands press on either side of the hips. As you inhale, lift the booty up, and then as you exhale, I want you to slowly drop it down. So we'll be doing this 5 more times. So you'll inhale, press the hips high, press the hands into the earth, squeeze the glutes at the top. As you exhale, slowly lower down. Inhaling and exhaling. So 3 more cycles like this on your own. And remember, at the inhale, you want to really squeeze the glutes at the top. We want to activate those muscles. Then when you exhale, slowly lower down. Inhaling. 1 more cycle. You'll come all the way back up. And as you're at the top of this inhalation, hold the pose, but not the breath. So you're still pressing the hands down. You're pressing the shoulders down, lifting the pelvis up, getting nice and high in the hips. 1 more breath, and then you'll exhale very slowly, lower down. From here, lift the feet, hug both knees into the chest, and gently rock left and right, side to side. And then you'll slowly stop the rocking, bring the feet down to the floor. Take the arms out into a W-like shape. Take that left leg on top of the right, and then slowly let the knees drift over toward the right. So you'll feel yourself go into this really nice big twist. Remember, if twists are uncomfortable for you, you can have a little blanket on the outside of that right leg, or just not twist as deep, right? You can let that left foot support a little bit. So just be mindful of what's happening in your body today. You'll be here 5 more breaths. Gently draw the navel toward the spine. Use that right hand to help bring the legs back up to center. Come to center, and let's do the same thing other side. So now you'll take the right leg over the left. Maybe even shift the hips to the right a little bit as you let the knees drop over toward the left. You're letting your shoulders stay on the ground as much as possible. And then remember, you can always have a blanket or a block underneath here, or maybe a pillow or something like that from home. Since so many of us are doing yoga in our home, we have all kinds of props. So from here, deep, full, complete breaths. Just really breathing into that whole right side and that outer hip. You'll be here 5 more breaths. And bring the head to center. Hand comes inside the thigh. Slowly bring the legs back to center. Unravel the legs, and one more time, hug both knees into the chest. As you hug the knees into the chest, curl up. You really want to give yourself a little squeeze. This is a great reset for the low back, especially after a twist. So again, bring the head back down. Release the feet down to the earth. And then gently roll over to the left side and press yourself all the way up. Find a comfortable seat here for a little bit of a breath practice before we get ready for Yoga Nidra. So with this breath practice, again, any comfortable seat that works for you. I won't be mirroring you with this, so I'm going to turn to the side. Sometimes that can be a little confusing for people. Flip the left palm open so that it's resting on top of the left knee. And then bring your right hand in front of you. Close off the right nostril. Breathe in through the left. Close off the left nostril with the pinky. Release the thumb. Breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right nostril. Close. Breathe out through the left. In through the left. Close out through the right. Continue like this. In through the right. Out through the left. Keep alternating the nostrils. Eyes are closed. 3 more complete cycles here. You'll breathe in through one nostril, close it off, out through the other. We're balancing out the hemispheres of the brain here. A lot of times, we can be a right brain thinker or a left brain thinker, but when we're in both sides at the same time, especially in the present moment, this puts us in the prefrontal cortex, and this is the place of compassion. Doing great. One more full cycle here. You'll finish by breathing the exhalation out the left nostril. Beautiful. Release the hand down. And from here, you'll want to look around your space and get all the things that you'll need to put yourself in a relaxed position that feels exactly like Shavasana. So Shavasana or corpse pose, we're just completely rested on our back. But remember, you're going to be here for 30 minutes. So you may want to have a blanket underneath the back of your head. You can have some pillows underneath the backs of the thighs and a blanket over the body. If you have an eye pillow at home, you could also place that over the eyes. And then you'll just be in this reclined position for the next 30 minutes. So really take some time to set yourself up here for a comfortable yoga nidra experience, right? Again, if yoga nidra is new to you, then remember this is something that you don't want to spend a lot of time thinking about. You want to really allow yourself to just listen to the voice. Allow my voice to guide you through the practice and just enjoy the experience. All right. So make your way all the way down onto your back. Get yourself snugged up, right? This is about going inward. So you'll want to think about having all the props that you could possibly need for the greatest level of comfort. So it's important for you to remember here that the language of the instruction does not matter in Yoga Nidra. If you were to practice this in a completely unknown language, it would still be effective. So the thing for you is to just allow yourself to listen to the words and follow my voice. Allow yourself to not overthink, but simply move your consciousness with the words of the narrator, in this case, myself. All right. So if you need to make any adjustments to your clothing, to your hair, to your props, now is the time. Now get ready for the practice of Yoga Nidra. Lie down, cover yourself, or at least cover the feet if possible. Head should be resting on the mat or a blanket. Close the eyes and lie in Shavasana. Palms are facing upwards. Feet a little apart. Any movement you want to make, please do it now. Then, if possible, you should not allow yourself to move physically for at least the next 30 minutes. Keep the eyes and the mouth closed. Stop all physical movement and lie completely motionless. Just like in Shavasana, the body is quiet. No movement of the toes, fingers, head, or legs. No quivering of any body part. No tightening of any muscles. No stretching of the body. Now take your awareness inside and begin to investigate the whole physical body. Every joint and muscle should be completely relaxed. Relax the palms, fingers, feet, toes, ankles, calf muscles, knees, thighs, hamstrings, buttocks, back, shoulders, chest, arms, elbows, hands, head, and neck. Relax the whole body. Investigate if there is any tension. If there is tension, loosen it. If the muscles are tight, release them. Now there should be no more physical movement. During the practice of Yoga Nidra, you should not move the physical body. No physical movement should take place under any circumstances, no matter what the sensation you may feel. Whether it's an itching, an irritation, no matter what happens, you should not move the physical body. This is the first and most important condition for Yoga Nidra, stillness. You also try not to sleep. Yoga Nidra is the practice to make you more and more aware, to raise the subtle inner awareness. Let the whole body remain quiet for some time and work with the subtle awareness. Now that your whole body is quiet and not moving, Try to experience all of the subtle movements in the body. The physical body is moving on its own without effort, in spite of all control. Which parts are moving? Where is the movement? Are your feet moving? Are the toes, fingers, or thighs twitching? Is the head turned to one side? Is the chest or the stomach moving? Yes, the stomach is moving, forward and back, up and down. You are not doing this. It is happening on its own. And you are not going to stop it. Just watch it. How does all this movement take place? Have you discovered the reason for the movements of the navel, the stomach, the abdomen, and the chest? They seem to be expanding and contracting a little bit all the time. The breath is flowing in and out. As a result, the chest seems to be expanding and contracting, just a little. In the throat, between the collarbones, there also seems to be some movement. The depression of the throat seems to be moving upward and downward with respiration. The breath is flowing in and out through the nostrils. The breath is the cause of all this inner movement, even causing palpitation in Sushumna and between the two eyebrows. In spite of all your control, movement is still occurring in the physical body. This has been going on by itself all the 24 hours of the day from the movement of your breath. Become aware of this movement, the movement of the breath, the inspiration and expiration through the nostrils. This breath is causing movement in many parts of the body. The grossest movement occurs in the abdomen, stomach, heart, chest, throat, and nostrils. These are the larger movements which I am bringing to your notice. Of course, the whole body is vibrating. Each and every hair of the body and all the pranas are moving. But ordinarily, we are unaware of it. The breath is going in and out through the nostrils. Particularly, watch the process of the breath. The movement seems to be from the navel up to the throat. Keep on watching, just witness it. Navel up to the throat in, and from the throat down to the navel out. Just witness it. This is Sakshi Bhava, the attitude of witnessing. Now let your consciousness rotate between the throat and the navel. The movement of the breath may be through the nostrils, but the consciousness must go from the navel to the throat and from the throat to the navel. Resolve. Before beginning the actual practice of Yoga Nidra, we make a sankalpa, a short resolve. A resolve can be of three types: material, mental, or spiritual. First, you must choose which kind of resolve you want to make. Some people resolve to get rid of a bad habit, cure their sickness, serve humanity in a certain way, or achieve some mysterious power. But it's better not to waste the power of sankalpa on such little things. A wise man makes a sankalpa to attain divine qualities or to achieve progress on the spiritual path. Therefore, consider well before making your sankalpa. Choose one thing as your resolve for Yoga Nidra. You are free to make your own choice. I am not trying to influence you. You can make any resolve, whatever you think of. But the sankalpa should be very brief, only a few words. The same sentence should always be used whenever you repeat the sankalpa. The wording should not change, even if the meaning stays the same. Every time you practice Yoga Nidra, meditation, or any sadhana, you should remember your sankalpa in the beginning and repeat it a few times. You can decide on a sankalpa now, or you can wait until later on. Although you don't have to hurry in choosing your resolution, you can make it now if you know what you want to achieve, what you want to be, or what you want to do in your life. Make a resolve and fix the language of that resolve. The sankalpa made during the practice of Yoga Nidra is always fulfilled. It never fails. But you cannot be impatient. You must wait patiently and keep practicing. Repeat the sankalpa mentally now to yourself. Now again, continue with your breath awareness. Make sure you're not moving. Do not become lost in thought. Remain conscious and aware of what I am saying. Follow consciously and not mechanically. Know that you are following what I am saying. Now I will guide you through the different parts of your physical body. One by one, I will take your consciousness to each and every part of your physical body. At the same time, you will visualize each part and repeat its name mentally. You are not going to make any physical movements. You are only going to move the consciousness. Visualize that particular part which I will name and say the name mentally. Go along with me at the same speed. I will move from one part to another and you will follow along with your awareness. Get ready to move your consciousness. Do not move your body. Now visualize the right hand thumb and say mentally, right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Visualize all 5 fingers together. Back of the hand, wrist, forearm. I am guiding you along the right side. I will tell you when to change to the left one. Visualize the right elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right chest, side, waist, hip, buttock, thigh, hamstring, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes together. Now take your consciousness to the left side. Just as we were visualizing the parts of the right side, now we will visualize those parts on the left side. Start with the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, all 5 fingers together. Palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left chest, side, waist, hip, buttock, thigh, hamstring, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes together. Now I will take you from your toes up to the crown of the head. Be prepared. Make your consciousness ready to move from the toes up to the head. Right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 right toes together. Left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes together. Visualize all the left toes together. Now make your consciousness right and left as I say the parts alternately. Right soul, left soul, both souls together. Right heel, left heel, both heels together. Right ankle, left ankle, both ankles together. Right calf muscle, left calf muscle, both calf muscles together. Right knee, left knee, both knees together. Right thigh, left thigh, both thighs together. Right hamstring, left hamstring, both hamstrings together. Right buttock, left buttock, both buttocks together. Right hip, left hip, both hips together. Waist, lower abdomen, upper abdomen, whole of the abdomen. Right side of the chest, left side of the chest, whole chest. Right collarbone, left collarbone, center of the collarbones. Throat, right shoulder, left shoulder, right arm, left arm, right elbow, right hand, left hand, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, all 5 fingers together, palm of the hand, back of the hand, left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, all 5 fingers together, palm of the hand, back of the hand, shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, right side of the back, left side of the back, whole of the spine, back of the neck, front of the neck, the whole neck, chin, lower lip, upper lip, both lips together, teeth, tongue, right cheek, left cheek, both cheeks, right nostril, left nostril, both nostrils, tip of the nose, whole of the nose, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, both eyes together, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right temple, left temple, forehead, back of the head, crown of the head, whole face, whole head. Now we will take the body in parts. Whole right arm, whole left arm, whole right leg, whole left leg, whole front, whole back, whole right side of the body, whole left side of the body, whole body together, whole body together, whole body together. See the whole physical form lying on the floor, as though you are standing outside the body. Become aware of the touching points between the floor and your physical body. Become aware of the parts of your whole physical body absorbing energy from the floor. Be aware of the front part of your body deriving prana from the air. Feel the vibrations of prana moving through the body. As a result of this practice, your physical body has become completely quiet. Be aware of me instructing you in the practice and you following along mentally. Experience tranquility, peace, and quiet. Become aware of the whole environment in your whole body. The whole body. Please do not sleep. This is the secret of Yoga Nidra. You should not sleep, especially if you are practicing for spiritual gain. In the practice of Yoga Nidra, you are neither sleeping nor awake, but somewhere in between. The consciousness is functioning with a little bit of awareness. If you want to achieve the state of Yoga Nidra, avoid sleep and do not become lost in thought. Try not to become unconscious. Do not listen mechanically. Listen to the instructions carefully. Follow them and practice what is said. Now visualize the whole body lying on the floor, completely relaxed and tranquil. Feel the body becoming very hot. Try to experience the sensation of heat throughout the body. Recall the feeling of being very, very hot, whether due to summer sun, a heater, or warm clothing. Try to create the sensation of heat now. Try to feel the sensation of heat exactly as you have experienced it in the past. Next, reverse the feeling. Try to feel cold, shivering cold as if you are standing outside in an icy wind wearing only thin clothing. How chilled you would feel. Try to feel that coldness through conscious effort. There are no external influences affecting the body to make you feel cold. Create this sensation of cold with your consciousness. Try to experience this cold. Now try to experience heaviness. Heaviness in the physical body. The body is becoming heavier and heavier. It has become so heavy that you are unable to move any part. You are unable to raise even an eyelid. You are not even able to wiggle the toes or fingers. The body has become so heavy. Now experience the sensation of lightness throughout the body. Not heaviness, but lightness. Feel the body becoming lighter and lighter and lighter, as if it is completely weightless. The body is so light as a piece of cotton. Try to experience the lightness of your physical body. Now we go on to chakra awareness. In this light physical body, visualize the chakras: Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Ajna, and Sahasrara. Sahasrara is located at the crown of the head. It is associated with the pituitary body. Ajna, the Guru chakra, is behind the eyebrow center. It is associated with the pineal body at the top of the spinal cord. Next is Vishuddhi, located within the spinal cord, behind the throat where you feel palpitations. Below is Anahata, behind the heart. Manipura, behind the navel. Svadhisthana at the third disc of the sacrum. Muladhara at the base of the spinal cord within the perineum. These centers are junctions for branches of the nervous system. They are symbolic and are always represented by different colored lotus flowers. Try to remember the location of each chakra as it is named. Muladhara at the bottom of the spinal cord. Svadhisthana in the third disc of the sacrum. Manipura behind the navel in the spinal cord. Anahata behind the heart. Vishuddhi behind the throat. Ajna at the top of the spinal cord. And Sahasrara at the crown of the head. This light body you are experiencing is able to see the subtle body within and the places where the chakras are situated. Now get ready to close the practice. Again, remember your sankalpa and repeat it mentally to yourself. Slowly begin to make some little movements in the body. If you can, keep your eyes closed. Maybe you rotate the wrists and ankles or hug the knees gently to the chest. And then slowly roll over onto your side. Take a moment here, left or right side, does not matter. And then slowly come up into an upright seated position. We'll meet with the palms open on top of the knees or thighs. You'll bring the thumb and index fingers together and just have the eyes closed. Bring your awareness to the tip of your nose. Observe how your breath flows. Observe if it's easier to breathe. Feel how the spine gently draws in and you lengthen up through the crown of the head. And once again, visualize those energy centers. We're attuning the chakras, coming into a space of alignment as we shift from one part of the year to the next. So base of the spine, Muladhara. Third disc of the sacrum, you can think between the hip points, Svadhisthana. Behind the navel, Manipura. The heart, Anahata. Hollow space of the throat, Vishuddhi. Space between the brow, Ajna. 1 inch above the crown of the head, Sahasrara. From here, release the mudra. Keep the eyes closed and slowly bring the palms together. Just give the hands a nice little rub until you feel some heat generated here. And then allow the thumbs to come to the sternum, center of the chest. Sit up tall, and as you lift the back of the skull away from the shoulders, you'll feel your spine draw up. We'll close our practice together with 3 ohms. Please do join me. So we'll take a breath in and out as one. 3 ohms, go with your breath. Bring your hands from your heart to the center of your forehead. A little dip here of the chin. May your journey within be ever bright and full of illumination. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. I really hope that you enjoyed the gentle flow And I hope that you enjoyed the Yoga Nidra as well. And my prayer for you, my wish for you, my hope for you, my dream for you is that this next revolution of the sun is elevating for you, for all beings everywhere, because together we can create goodness for all beings everywhere by simply creating goodness here, right? So thank you for taking the time to start here because it's one step in the direction of helping humanity as a whole raise its vibration. All right, namaste, sweet yogis. Be well, and I'll see you next time when I do the live. I'm really grateful for you. Bye.